In this video, we're going to look at some Excel functions that will help us clean up text data and even convert the case. The column we're going to be focusing on is the column E, which has the invoice or credit information. You'll notice there are some strange characters in there, that we've got what looks like extra spaces, and the case is a bit of a mix. Zara needs to tidy this all up. The first thing she wants to do is get rid of those weird characters. And the function we're going to use is the clean function. Excel's clean function is quite specific. It is designed to remove the first 32 non-printing characters in the ASCII table. These characters typically come through as spaces, and we get them in our data when we import or download data from an external system. They can cause problems, so it is really important that we clean them up. Good news is, it's very easy to do. So back in our supplier invoice statement, we're going to clean up the data in column E. We're going to start by using the type column. So where we've got P2, can you type equals, and CL for clean, and tab. The clean only needs one argument, and that's the text that we want to clean up. So I'm going to click on E2 and press enter. When I double-click to copy down, all those strange non-printing characters have been removed. You will notice, though, that there are still what looks like extra spaces. So the space is ASCII character 32, that is not removed by the clean function. If we want to get rid of a space, we need to use Excel's trim function. Now, trim doesn't remove all spaces, it only removes extra spaces. And what we mean by that is leading spaces, they come before the text, trailing spaces, which come at the end of the text, and where you have more than one space between the text. So first name space surname, the space will not be removed. But if there were two spaces, the second one would. Let's see how we apply the trim function. So what we're going to do now is trim our cleaned data. So double click into P2, come before the equals and the C, and type TRI, and tab to select trim. Now we have two functions, two sets of brackets. We must put our last bracket in. When we click enter, and again copy down, all those extra spaces have been removed. People often type in extra spaces as well, so that's a really useful function to make sure that there aren't extra spaces. One last thing we need to do now is get all the case looking consistent. We don't want this mixture of upper and lower. And there are three functions that will allow us to change the case in Excel. They are upper, which converts everything to uppercase, lower, which converts everything to lowercase, and proper, which converts the first letter of each word to uppercase and everything else to lowercase. So that's ideal for names and addresses. For this data, we'd like it all to be uppercase. So we're going to come into P2 and double-click, and we want to take this whole thing, the result from our trim, and make it upper. So we're going to wrap it in an upper function. So just between the equals and the T, we're going to type U, P, and tab. Don't forget to close your last bracket again and press enter. The first one was already uppercase, but when I double-click to copy down, all my data is now uppercase, and that's looking fantastic. So quite a few functions we've looked at here. We've looked at clean for getting rid of the first 32 non-printing characters, trim, which gets rid of extra spaces, and then our three functions for changing case, which were upper, lower, and proper. In the next video, we're going to have a look at some Excel functions that will help us get rid of characters that trim and clean can't help us with. So keep watching.